Once you're in the Ocoya app, this is basically what your dashboard looks like. And if you have a bunch of posts already made, you'll see them here as cards across in a row and then down below, and you have columns and rows. Currently, I'm in a demo workspace. I created this workspace just for this video. I actually use Ocoya for a bunch of different brands because it's pretty powerful. One of the most powerful things about it is it's tailored for e-commerce sites and helping you create content quickly for your e-commerce sites and push it out to your social media whenever you're doing campaigns or sales or what have you. It's just designed to make e-commerce even easier and getting out on the socials even easier. So the first thing you probably want to do once you sign up for Ocoya is go to socials and connect your social accounts. Click on connect. You can choose from a whole bunch. Facebook, it says new. Facebook's been here all the time, but the new I think is groups, which wasn't there before. So you can connect to Facebook pages and groups, Instagram business. And I found other apps have trouble posting to Instagram business, even Canva, which is a multi-billion-dollar company. I find I have trouble posting to Instagram business through that, but Ocoya seems to do pretty well. X.com, LinkedIn, and all the rest are coming soon. These coming soons have been here for a while. I've had Ocoya for quite some time, but I hope they come soon because I'd love to post to Pinterest, TikTok, YouTube Shorts and have it all just in one spot. I don't use the others really, so if they add those 3 for me, that'd be great. But for everybody else, if they add more, that'd be awesome too. So let's connect to Twitter or X.com. It's going to connect to my WP Learning Lab account because I don't really have a demo account for Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. So there we are. That's connected. Super simple. Let's see if we can connect Facebook. Let's connect a Facebook group. See, that's the new one. Facebook group. I have one Facebook group. We got to install Ocoya as an app for that Facebook group to post to it, which I already have installed, but it's connected to my other workspace. So I think that might be the issue. So let's just go to connect a page. That should be pretty easy. There we go. Let's connect to that page. Now we have 2 in there. You want to connect all of yours. You can connect more than one as well. So if you have 5 different Twitter accounts or X accounts, 5 different X accounts, you can connect to all of them and post to all of them. Even post different things to all of them or different angles of the same post. And I'll show you how to do that super easily in just a minute. In fact, right now, let's go over to Planner and then to Posts. We have one demo post here, but we can create new ones, as many as we want, with AI or just with regular human brain power. So we click on Create New. This is the human brain power version. We'll do the AI version in a minute. So we pick where we want to publish to. I'm going to pick both of the socials I have on here. So on the General tab here, I wrote, this is a great demo post. But you'll see we have a Facebook tab and an X tab. You'll have a tab for every social you add to it. Even if you have 5 different X accounts, you'll have 5 different X tabs. If I click into Facebook, I already added a post to there too, and it says, this is a great demo post that shows only on Facebook. And this one shows only on X. So what you're really doing, if you're creating a campaign for a pair of slippers that are on sale this week, you would create this one post with one set of images, and you can post with different content to each social network you're posting on, which makes your life super easy. You can also easily add emojis. It's got the regular group of emojis that we always see around. Hashtags. It read our data, which is not great data for creating hashtags, but it read our data and it suggested these as the hashtags. And again, this is only on X. I've got to go do this on all the different tabs to make sure the content is appropriate. And that gets a little bit tedious, but it auto-fills what you put in here first. So if you do a really good job on the General tab, it will auto-fill that to the others until you come in here and change the content for those. So it makes your life a little bit easier there. There's a ChatGPT AI assistant here. If you click on that, you can actually tell it what to do. This is getting into the AI end of it. Actually, it auto-did stuff. Looks like it rewrote what I posted. Not quite what I wanted, but we'll get more into the AI assistant in a little bit. So now we have our text done. Maybe you have an image you want to upload. Click on here. You can upload the image. Or maybe you want to make one. There's a bunch of different ways you can do that. Over here we have different options. The in-house design editor, which is built by Ocoya, or maybe not built by Ocoya, but it's linked to Ocoya and they call it their in-house thing. You can connect to Canva, you can connect to Unsplash, Giphy, generate your own AI art using Ocoya's AI art model, which is probably based on Midjourney or DALL-E or DALL-E. You can generate random quotes, you can generate famous events for that day, not generate, but call up famous events for that day. You can design or connect to Adobe Express, to Pexels, to Pixabay, to all these different e-commerce platforms. If you connect to one of these, it'll pull in your product posts from those e-commerce platforms and allow you to quickly and easily create campaigns for your products. And you connect to storage, Dropbox, Google Drive, and Box. All that to say, I'm going to click on Canva. Actually, no, I have a Canva Pro account, but not everybody does. But if everybody who gets Ocoya is going to have the in-house editor, so we'll stick with that. And we want to create a Twitter post. Let's click on that. And if you're finding this tutorial helpful, click the like button because that helps this video show up for more people on YouTube so we can spread the knowledge and help more people with this information. So make sure you click like if you like this video. And this looks a lot like Canva. If you used Canva before, this design where you have the menu on the left and then templates in the right of the left and then the work area in the middle looks a lot like Canva. You'll see the demo template I use right here. Let's see if there's some slippers. This is fine. Summer sale. And now you can edit this to your heart's content. You can click on any one of these that's close to winter sale because it's almost winter now. And you can edit it just like Canva. Let's go to uploads. This is where you can upload things and all your historical uploads are there. There's stock photos. I don't know how many, but there's a lot. Let's see if there's some slippers. There's some people wearing slippers. There are a bunch of slippers. There's a lot of stock photos in here. I don't know how many. Videos as well. Certain social platforms allow you to post videos. Most do, in fact. You can add music. You can add objects. There's a slipper here. Yes, there's some slippers. Let's throw that one in there. Look at that beautiful set of slippers. You can move them wherever you want. Obviously, you can put them behind, forward in the layers. You can edit the slipper itself with all these filters and brightness adjustments. You can apply masks to the slippers. So now it'll show only what's contained within this circle or within this X. Let's apply that mask. Looks kind of like a slipper bow tie. I'm going to undo that. Just Control or Command Z to undo it. And there's a lot of different options to work with. Just like in Canva, it's pretty much a Canva clone that you have in here. There's lots of backgrounds, lots of text options. This might remind you of how Canva looks and works as well right here. Brand kits, which is also in Canva, helps you keep all your ads and all your posts on brand. You define your brand inside the brand kit, and then everybody who's working with you knows to stick to the brand kit. Stick with these fonts, stick with these colors, put this logo in, and that way you have consistent branding across all of your posts. It's pretty much just like Canva. And you can resize it if you want. This allows you to choose different social media post sizes or even use the set dimensions option to make a thumbnail or a hero image for your blog or your website at just the right size. And when you resize, it will resize the canvas area and you have to adjust all the elements like the words and the images to make it fit how you want it. And when you're all done, click on Save. Save as, PNG, high definition. You can choose MP4 as well if it's a video file. Save it. And now this is being saved not to your hard drive, but to your Ocoya account. We'll see it appear right here, or right here instead. So there's our image. And this is what's going to be posted when we post this content here on X. When we click on Facebook, we see it goes away. And general, it goes away as well. But if we were to create the post in general first, it would have put the image into all the different social networks as well, which is a little bit easier, but this allows you to customize the size and everything for each social network. And there's lots of options for different sizes, as you can see. Pretty much all the sizes that you would need. There's a preview tab. Let's go to the X for the preview. So this is how it'll potentially look on X. And it's super slick, super easy. I'm going to schedule this for later. Let's say Saturday in the evening and done. Schedule. So now that we have that saved and scheduled, if we go to calendar, we can see our posts on here. So we have this one that's going out, which is actually this one because I have two images on it. That's scheduled for Thursday and this one's scheduled for Friday. This one's not showing an image because the general tab didn't have an image. And when I click on it, I can go through and see all the content for this post to make sure it's all tickety-boo. Same with this one. And then you see everything on your social calendar right here, which makes things pretty easy. Let's try with AI now. Let's go back to posts and then click on Create with AI. These are some demo posts that Ocoya generated. Those may or may not be on your account, I'm not sure, but I didn't make these. Click on Create with AI, paste in your description for what you want to create. I want to create a new product announcement for luxurious slippers. And now we choose our templates then our social networks. And this part gets a little weird at first. It took me a while to figure out exactly what Ocoya was doing. Right now I have all the templates selected. By default, that's how it is. And then you have all the social networks selected. This probably isn't what you want to do because every post will take 2 AI credits. So right now we have 69 templates spread across 4 social networks, and I believe it'll be 69 that we're creating. And that'll be 69 times 2 credits being used to create all these posts. You probably don't even need that many. But it's weird because when I come into here, let's say I pick just Facebook and Twitter, it selects all the templates. You see 38 here, selects all the templates that have or that are for Facebook or Twitter. So it's confusing at first to figure out what it's doing. So I often come in here, I pick the 2 networks that I want, then I unselect the templates I don't want. Or when you're really good at it, when you know what you're doing, you can just come in here, unselect all those, unselect all the templates, and then you know which ones are Facebook and which ones are Instagram, which ones are Twitter. So the perfect squares here, those are Instagram. These ones you see have a little bit of a black section, black line on top. That is Facebook. So I'm going to choose a template for Facebook. Let's just use this one. I'll prove it to you because I selected that one. And then I come back over to social networks and it shows Facebook. That bar means a subset of the Facebook templates has been selected, not all of them. And then if we scroll down farther, we have more of a black stripe on top and bottom. This is now Twitter. I'm going to choose this one here for Twitter. I prove that to you. There's Twitter selected now. And then at the very bottom, we have LinkedIn. I find this way of doing things kind of hokey, but that's how it's set up. It would be nice at least if they had in here, when Instagram ends, which is on this green back to school one here, have everything put into a new section down below with a heading of Facebook posts. And on top here would be Instagram posts or Instagram templates and then Twitter templates. So it took me a bit of trial and error to figure out which one was which. We can upload a source image. If we don't have one, we can let AI pick it, which is what we're going to do. But if you're connected to, let's say, your e-commerce store or you have your e-commerce images on your hard drive, you can upload them here. Then click on Create. I'm going to fast forward this video. In fact, I'll pause this video while it's working and we'll come back when it's all done. Now we have 3 of them done. I thought it would only be 2, but there's 3. I saw 3 on the button, but I wasn't sure if it would be 3 because it's like the 2 templates and 2 networks. So I don't know how it landed on a 3. Anyway, we have 3 now. And this is what it created. The product is luxurious slippers. Step into the ultimate comfort with our new luxurious slippers. That's good. Slip into a world of luxury with our brand new slippers. And here we have step into luxury, our brand new slippers, promise, da 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 da. So it picked up on the fact that we wanted slippers and it threw it all in there. And it put something looks like slippers in here. These could be slippers. Those could be some kind of slippers. It'd be better if you had your own specific image of your product, which you probably do. But I think this has turned out quite well. It also added emojis, hashtags, and I think that's great. The download button on each of these downloads the image, and I'm going to choose edit or schedule, and it takes us back to our familiar editor over here. It's adding our image to there. And now here's the test of, we have it all in general right now, including our image. Now if you add a social profile, like Facebook, it's going to port all those things over to Facebook. As I was saying earlier, I wasn't able to show it, but I was telling you that's how it works. So if we now update this to be just for Facebook, and we can update the image, we can edit it, and then when we're editing, we go to resize, and currently it is the right size for Facebook. But you could resize to Twitter, which we're going to add just a moment, and then it'll be resized to Twitter. We add Twitter here, go to edit, resize, social media posts, Twitter, resize, and I just want to just make it a little bigger, and I think that's pretty legit. Save that, save as a PNG. Now it's going to save the ideal size for Twitter into our Twitter post. Wait for it. So there it is. We can tell it has, we can tell by it having the larger white space on top and bottom. Facebook has a smaller white space top and bottom. Just it has to do with the aspect ratio of your picture and then fitting it into a square. And Instagram is fit perfectly into the square. So that's how we do that. And when you're ready to go, schedule for later, just as before. So that's creating your posts with AI. You get there, go into posts, create with AI. You can also get there through going to AI tools, post generator. We also have a prompt library, which is AI tools. This is where you can use the AI assistant that we saw earlier. Here's the AI assistant. There's a lot of different tools in here to help you create better and more social content for your social media sites. And these are not all created by Ocoya. This is kind of a marketplace. You can't sell any currently, but you can create prompts and have them put into here. I think they have to be vetted by the Ocoya team, but you can get them in here. For example, let's click on this one, verified. Ocoya is the creator, and this one's been used 7,700 times. And it explains what it does. We'll try it out in just a minute. But next I want to show you verified Ocoya, verified Ocoya. I've noticed that only the Ocoya ones are verified. So maybe they don't vet it. So this is created by Avaris, and this one's created by Elathi Digital. And it has an example of what it does over here. And this is all ChatGPT based, but it all brings it all into Ocoya, which makes your life a lot easier. If we try the social media assistant, what you really do is ask it questions and it helps you do better in this case. So this one, the example is how to optimize Facebook conversions, and it'll explain how to do it. You're probably familiar with that when using ChatGPT. If you're not, you should check out my AI channel called the AI Underground. I'll link to that on card above in the description down below to help you use ChatGPT and other AI tools better to be more productive. But this is basically pretty standard ChatGPT conversation right here. But something a little more specific to creating social media posts is something like the Twitter assistant, or it should be X assistant, I guess. This is the prompt right here. You can click on using ChatGPT. It takes you right to ChatGPT. And here's an example of you explaining what you want. So this prompt is fed in when you click on use prompt. I'm just going to copy and paste. No, I'm not. I'm going to create my own. So you ask it to create a social media post about this, and this is the social post that it created. So let's use this prompt and create something about our social slippers. Our luxurious slippers. New product announcement for luxurious slippers. Send. And now it's going to feed it through that prompt that we saw just a moment ago and create this nice little post. Let's see if we can ask it to create another one. Yep, just like you'd see in ChatGPT, you can just have a conversation with it and keep creating content. So there's the Twitter one. There's also Facebook one right here, Facebook ad assistant. That's specific for Facebook ads, clearly. And there's a lot of what you need in here to create social posts to make your social posting easier. There's also a copywriting AI assistant, and the copywriter allows you to pick a template. This is like you've seen in lots of different AI writers where they help you create specific content. These are also pre-filled prompts. So this is a prompt helping you create an Amazon description. Let's say it's for luxurious slippers again. Advanced settings, just choose a language, input and output, generate, and it's going to create an Amazon description based on the prompts that are pre-programmed for Amazon descriptions. It's very similar to the prompt library, but also a little bit different, I guess. But there you have your descriptions. You can favorite these. Say you really like that one, that's great. Now it's in your favorites. You can create a post based on this. You can also copy it. So creating a post, if you were to, the Amazon description is a bad example, but if we were to come in here and let's do tweet ideas. Same idea. Here we have 4 or 5 different tweet ideas. If you like all of them, just click create post on all of them, and you can create your post right in here, just like we created that post earlier. So there's lots of different avenues to create more content for your social media. And what Ocoya tries to be, and it's actually pretty good at it so far, is it tries to have everything you need in here. Like if you're a social media manager, there's almost nothing that you have to leave Ocoya for except for replying to comments. If they brought in commenting functionality where you could pull in your Facebook comments or what have you and reply to them right in here, your social media manager, if that's you or somebody else, wouldn't have to leave Ocoya anymore. It could all be done right in here. Under e-commerce, we can connect your e-commerce store. So if you have any one of these platforms, you connect it, and then you can pull in the data from there to create social media posts faster and easier. The analytics section has not been created yet. Hopefully it will come soon. Under integrations, we have an API for developers. We can also embed a widget on websites and things. I'm not exactly sure why. I guess for apps and stuff like that. We also have Zapier, Make, Airtable, and Integrately as integrations to make your life even easier. We also have an automation tab. This is where you can pull in content from, the example here is an RSS feed, and trigger posts being created. Click on New Automation. Call it Demo Automation. We currently have 2 options, RSS feed automation and webhook. These are different. That's why they're 2 different options, but they get the data potentially from the same place. So a webhook, you'd be using a third-party tool like one of the ones we just saw. Zapier, Integrately, Make, it's called now, something like that, to automate the RSS feed processing. So you'd have an RSS feed, like for example, this one here is an RSS feed from one of my websites. It's a WordPress site. If you have a WordPress site, just add /feed to the end of the URL, and it should take you to something that looks like this. And this one is set up to show the entire post content in the RSS feed. Yours might be different. Yours might just have the description, but not the content. So yours might be a whole lot shorter. But every single post that you create on your website and publish goes into the RSS feed. And then that's what's picked up when you use a webhook in a third-party tool. But then you can also process it. So if you have an RSS feed that goes into Zapier, for example, you can take bits and pieces out of it. So Zapier is going to recognize that this is the published date right here because of those tags. It's going to recognize this as the category. It's going to recognize this as the description. And then you can pick and choose what you want to pass on to Ocoya for creating your post, which makes it a little bit cleaner. But in this video, I'm going to show you the RSS feed automation, which is the direct link to your RSS feed, because I don't want to set up a third-party tool that you might not have. But if you have a website, you almost 99% certainly have an RSS feed. Click on save and continue. It took my name out because I accidentally refreshed the page. So here we add our RSS feed right there. On the feed tab, I think it pulls in the feed. No, nothing yet. I'm going to import it. It doesn't happen instantly. So RSS feeds are really only updated when you publish a post. And so instead of getting notifications of when posts are published, which you need a webhook for, Ocoya goes and syncs every 1 to 2 hours. And because that doesn't really help us for testing, they have an AI prompt tester below that we can use to test it. If we click on validate URL to validate the RSS, I think now it might bring it in. The RSS is valid on the feed tab. Nope, not there. Click on subscribe down here. This is where we set up some settings for the RSS feed posts. I'm going to keep this option on save as draft because that's going to create a new draft for every new post that I have on the site instead of publishing it directly on socials. I don't want to just publish it directly. I'm going to save it. There are filtering options. These are filters by categories, but these aren't categories on your website. They're categories as determined by AI. So if you have a website about a bunch of different topics, but for whatever reason you only want to publish about sports to social media, you choose this and then the AI will determine which posts are about sports and publish only those as saved drafts inside of Ocoya. I'm not sure, honestly, how I'd use this currently. Maybe you'd have a website about a lot of things, but maybe you only sell books on your site. Maybe that's where the real money is and you want to publish only about books. So you can choose books right here. Or maybe you have different social media accounts that you publish different topics to. So maybe for this automation setup, you want to publish just the sports categories to your sports social media accounts. Maybe you have another automation that you create where you want to publish your business posts to different social media accounts. Personally, for me, I'd have that off, but it's there if you need it. You can use the captions that RSS pulls in, either from the excerpt or description of your blog post, or you can have AI create the caption for you. Here's where you tell the AI what to write about. So you give it a prompt, basically. I wrote, please write a social media post about the description of the article titled, I'm going to say based on the description of the article titled, pulls in the article title here. The description is below. Also, please add a link to the post URL, which is this short code here and the description here. I got these short codes from down below, and this will only work if it's actually pulled in some RSS feed content. So if I click on test AI prompt, it's going to fill in some demo data right here and click on test prompt. And then this would be filled in from your RSS feed, this data here. And here's what it created based on that. And I don't know where I got this image from, but that's, oh, I got it from the post. This is the image from the post that it pulled in because it entered the URL. But that's a great post, right? And it's not that hard to do. And this is auto-created for you when you publish from your RSS, or when you publish to your blog and it goes to your RSS feed. And then we click on update and save, or update and set to live. Automation is now live. See if they got our feed yet. They don't. If we go back to the automation tab, we see it right here. It's live. There's already 10 items. If I click on those 10 items, it pulled us in from the RSS feed while I wasn't looking, and it created social posts based on the prompt that I gave it earlier. And it's pretty awesome, right? Pretty awesome. And this button here takes you to the actual blog post. This here is the category that Ocoya thought this falls into. So what's interesting is this is the lifestyle category for this one, and this one is travel category. They're all travel except for this one here. Click on the 3 dots, click on create post, and now pulls in all that content here. It didn't pull in the image for some reason, but now you can create the post like we saw earlier in this video. This is really the core of Ocoya, is creating these posts and all the different ways to make post creation easier. So those are really the feature highlights of Ocoya and the stuff that I use most frequently inside of my other workspaces here. And I use it a lot. I use Ocoya a lot because it is so helpful in creating social media posts. Next up, check out this channel right here, which is my Limitless LTDs channel, all about lifetime deals. If you like lifetime deals, make sure you check that out. And the channel down below is my AI channel, which is all about helping you be more productive with AI. So check that out as well. If you haven't done so yet, click subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss any future videos. My name is Bjorn from WP Learning Lab. Till next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.